My name is Ray Fernandez. I'm with Living in Palm Beach, Florida, powered by EXP Luxury, and welcome to Seville. This is one of the newest communities here in Port St. Lucie. It's one of the nicest. This is one of the upper end. Within Mattamy the Builder, this is their nicest community. We are going to be looking everywhere. We're looking at all the models. They have 3 different collections. We're going to look at all of them. I'm going to go over the numbers. Stick around for that. I'm going to end here, so stick around for this amazing amenity center they have. All right, let's see what we have here at the Meridian. As you can see from the sign, it's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 2-car garage. You can get a 3-car garage in this community. This is a little bit on the smaller side relative to the community. It's only 2,000. I'll say only. It's big by some people's standards, but it's 2,264 square feet under air. Let's check it out. Okay, so this is a 4.3. This model can be built with a 4.3 and a flex. So currently they have a really good incentive on all their homes. But and I'll give you an example. Just like in today, this changes with time depending on how fast they're selling homes. They have this house built up as an all-in price, as a spec situation. For anywhere between $567 all the way up to $615. But today, and there's one for $610. That $610 house you can get for $570,000. It really is important. It's one of the reasons to work with people like us here at Living in Palm Beach, Florida, is that we know where the incentives are. They have Mattamy, this builder, have communities in Cadence, Kenley, Tulare, and it depends on, and there's other builders here in the area, in Port St. Lucie as well, obviously, but it depends on the time of year, and there's lots of other factors, but we here Living in Palm Beach, Florida, can give you some guidance on where you can find the best incentives at any given time. So this is nice. I like this. Let me show you this. So as you come, well, here's the kitchen. As you look back from the kitchen, you have this, they make it like a little bit an office or a small, can be an office, but it's like a small dining area. It's not enough to be a, not enough to be a dining room, I find. But here, it's a nice patio. Later, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the lots, but lots in general are pretty standard going to the back, but their widths are lots of times different. So here's the master, and like a lot of builders today there's a nice shower. A lot of builders today are doing the closet off the master bath. That's really common today when buying new construction in South Florida. One of the important aspects, when you're looking at a new construction community, again, we are a new home co-broker, and we look at all these new construction communities. All the builders know us. We look at these, we take relocation buyers to all of them. And here's a couple of things you should be looking at. Look at the height of the ceilings. That's a bit important factor. And height of the doors is another important factor. Here in this community, you have 8-foot doors, which is super high compared to their competitors, and they have 10-foot ceilings. So if you're looking at new construction communities, that's some of the things that you should be considering and looking at when buying a home here in South Florida. All right, this home right here is the canopy. It's a 4-bedroom, 3.5-bath, 2-car garage. It's a little bit over 2,800 square feet. Check it out. So now we're going in. It's a 2-story home. One of the things I like about this canopy is the porch. I like porches. Like you see here, it's a pretty big front porch. We get a lot of rain, as you know, here in South Florida in the summertime, and it'll be a great place to watch it. But let's go see what we have here in the canopy here in Seville of Port St. Lucie. So I like what they did here. The way they decorated this is super nice. Look at this pool. They do some really nice pool packages from what, speaking to the builder. Let me go. I want to go outside right away because pool looks so inviting. They start at $69,000 on the pool. They use a vendor here called Fountain Blue is the name of the pool vendor. So you basically buy the pool standard with them, with the builder Madame, and then they send you over to Fountain Blue. Then you can pretty much design whatever you like from that point forward. So this is a nice concept. You have the kitchen here. Let's take a look at the kitchen. And you have this like breakfast area concept. I like it. They've made it like almost like a bench, but it's just a couch really. Master, like I find a lot of the houses, the master's to the back, to the right. Let's go see what the master looks like. It's a pretty deep master, you know, from here to there. It's a pretty deep master, and you could see, if you noticed, I pointed to the closets. Another home that the master closet is off the bathroom. That is, it's not 100% in new construction communities, but that is more often than not, that's what they're doing today. Here's something a little bit unusual. So 2-story home here, and we have the washing machine downstairs, washer dryer. Normally, when you have a 2-story home these days, they put the washing machine, the washer dryer upstairs. That's a bit of an anomaly. And then you have your powder room. Look at this. They did a super nice job of decorating that, but that's good. I mean, you want to have a separate bathroom for when you're entertaining out here in the kitchen where people often entertain. You want that. So let's go see what they have here in the up in the second floor here. So this is a decent sized loft. I love this. The lofts I think are important. One of the benefits to buying a 2-story home is that most of the homes do come with a loft like this. I find that these rooms are often used like a second family room. Very productive room. Kids can do their homework up here. They can watch games. If you're entertaining, again, it's another people can gather when you're entertaining and you have a party here in South Florida. So I like this. This is like a Jack and Jill concept. I love Jack and Jills. So you have 1 bedroom here. We're going to go right through the bathroom. And then you have a 2nd bedroom right here. So this is right off the loft. Very functional. This is, I think, very conducive for a young family. So what I like about what this builder does is they have to-be-builts, and they have quick delivery homes, and something from immediate and all the way out till the 9 to 10, 11 months it takes to build. So if your time frame is you're not really sure, they have it here because they have everything. So I sort of like that. To give you an idea on pricing on this one, they have an all-in quick delivery home that was priced at $715,000. After today's incentive, it's $675,000. That's like one of the best deals you're going to get here. There's one house later, I'm going to talk about it, that actually comes furnished. It's a quick delivery home, and it's furnished. That is a rarity that happens, and quite frankly, that's a good deal. 18 years ago, my family and I relocated to this beautiful part of the world we call sunny South Florida, and we haven't looked back. Today, we truly find honor to help people, perhaps like you, do the exact same thing. So if you're thinking about checking out this area, you want to investigate, you want to ask questions from people who have relocated, people who have actually done it before, well, there's a few ways to get a hold of us. Down below is our email address. That's one great way. Also on the screen, you see our phone number. You can either call or text that number, but literally 2 of the best ways is in the description and the comment section. There's a link. Click on that link. What that'll do is have some time for us to speak, either through a phone call or through a Zoom, whatever way you feel most comfortable. In any case, we have your back when it comes to relocating here to sunny South Florida. So now we're going to kick it up a notch. We are going to the slightly wider houses. This is the Noble. It's on a 65-foot wide lot. Look at the garages. You have 3-car garage here. So you have the traditional 2-car garage and the smaller, what we call golf cart garage here in Florida. By the way, this is a very golf cart friendly community. I'll tell you more about that later. They got some unique aspects to this community as a whole. But let's look at the outside of this house first. So as you can see, this is a 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath, 3-car garage. It's 2,942 square feet under air or living space. And another good feature, you've got, so you can see that you got double doors. I love double doors. Most people do as well. Let's go check out what we have here at the Noble. I like this house. This is a super nice house. There's a few things that really strike me. The double doors not just make it so that it's double doors, it makes it so this whole hallway is a lot wider. They do this for the window. They do the window. So you might ask, is that standard? The answer is probably not. They typically put a lot of upgrades in all these models. That's one thing you'll find. Look at the ceiling though. Here, look at this. Check out the ceiling. So the whole entrance looks a lot more elegant. When you get into this house, when you go deep into this house now, the thing that, and here's a look at this room. This could be possibly, they're using it as a study, but this could be a formal dining room. It's not huge, but it's big enough in my opinion. So you can make that either an office, a flex room, or a formal dining room. But the thing that strikes me about this house versus the smaller ones we were in is the width of this house. Look at this. It just feels wider. So the height of the ceilings here are 10 feet. The trays are a little bit deeper, as you can tell. The rule is when you're looking at a tray like that indentation in the ceiling, anything that you see in there is generally speaking an upgrade, but the actual having the tray is a standard feature. The flooring, most likely, they're upgrades. Most likely, these cabinetry and whatnot, the countertops, these are most likely an upgrade. This has got to be an upgrade because look how wide that sink is. So this is a super nice house. Pantry right here. So the price of this house from a spec perspective, like all in, like not a to be built. Like if you go to the website, by the way, do not go to the website and register. Go to the website, fine, but don't register there because they'll automatically set you up with a particular consultant. Let us at Living in Palm Beach, Florida, help you with that. We can help guide you is the best way to maneuver. Remember, the cost to use us out of pocket is $0. You'd be crazy not to use us. I'll tell you, I mean, I would go through that in all my videos, but the website in general, when you look at the, when you look at the pricing, it's going to be the base price. The numbers I'm giving you so far, and here, which I'm going to give you, are all in because they put some upgrades in there, and it also includes the land. This one is $723,000. There's something outside I want to tell you about. Let's go check it out. That's a super nice backyard. I love this backyard. Nice pool. Because the house is wider, I mean, you just get a lot more backyard, right? So you see the lake. Again, the lake is going to cost you more money to live off the lake. We were talking about alligators earlier. Do you have alligators here? Yes. The answer is yes. He was telling me they pulled an alligator, baby alligator out of out of right near there by the office, and they had a 7-foot one in there at one point too. So what happens is these gators they move from lake to lake, and that's why people put fences up. They generally speaking do not go after people. They don't. They're afraid of you. They stay away from you. But if you're walking a small dog, I would not be walking a small dog along the edges, because that could be dangerous if you're living here in Florida. And as like I said, do we have alligators? The answer is yes. And you can assume that anywhere as you live here, whether it's Cadence, whether it's Seville, whether it's anywhere, it's Port St. Lucie or South Florida. If you walk in that sales center on your own, you are absolutely crazy. We highly recommend independent representation. What that means is having us here at Living in Palm Beach, Florida, represent you guys when it comes to working with the builder. If you work directly with their employee of the firm, of the builder, they represent the builder, not necessarily you. We will give you independent representation, but here's the trick to it. We have to be there in order for us to represent you properly, and for them to allow us to do that, we have to be with you on your first visit to the community. The cost out of your pocket for us to represent you with the builder is zero. It's the builder who pays us. They're happy to do so. You can ask them, because at the end of the day, they want people like us, like our company at Living in Palm Beach, to represent people, to bring in people like you, perhaps, to their beautiful community. We would be there for your whole journey, from introduction to inspections to advice on your design appointment. We'll be there for your whole journey. But the key is we have to be there on your first visit. Again, we highly recommend, with any builder, independent representation. Man, I like this house. I'm saying that from the outside. This is the biggest house they have here at Seville. That is in the 65-foot wide collection, the middle collection. By the way, as you guys know, we are a new home co-broker with eXp Luxury. This is our business. We do a lot of this stuff. So what I have found in general, when you're looking at communities like this or any new construction communities, sometimes the most desired collection is the middle collection. Often it's not the smallest. Often it's not the biggest. It's the middle, where we are right now. This is the biggest house in that size. We're looking at here. Let me show you the house from the outside. So we're looking at 3,466 square feet under air. It's a 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath house here. What's unique about this 3-car garage is that you have a 2-car garage here and then a golf cart garage there. And one of the factors why I like this house is it got that little middle area. It's not really a porch, but it's got like a terrain in there, which gives you an entrance. It gives you an entrance into the garage. Look at this. You can go into the garage from that way. So this is nice. And again, we got nice double doors. I already stepped in the house. It's a really nice, it's a nice wide model. Let's go check it out. This is a unique floor plan. I like this a lot. Big kitchen. Now you see how they do this dining table, nice and long. There's enough room to do that. The kitchen just appears big. It's because I think it's because the way they make this like makes it part of the kitchen here. Makes it appear like part of the kitchen. Big. Back here is something that you don't see too often. Off to the kitchen here is another room here. They're showing it as an office. Look at this. So this is the office off the kitchen. You can make this a bedroom, obviously. There's no bathroom, there's no closet here, but you can install and that would make it officially a bedroom. But this is like a his and hers office. And you get a lot of people. I've seen a lot. That's a pretty popular concept today. I had not seen it until like within last year. But now I see a lot of it, and I sort of like the concept. Again, big, nice, especially because that office is there. It's a nice, wide first floor. But that's not it. This is a 2-story home. Again, this is the biggest home in the middle collection. Let's go check out the upstairs. Almost tripped coming up the stairs. This is a nice big loft. Again, very functional area. You can see from here, it makes for having the loft like this, like at the entrance. You walk pretty much into the house. Some people might not like that. I get buyers that sometimes are not appreciative of that. But what it does here is it gives you this dramatic entrance. You know, you're way off the over the front door. So I like that aspect of it, no doubt. You got a killer view here. Check this view out. That's paradise. So this is a big house. This is like 3,800 square feet. This got so much to do. This master is unique too. Look at this thing. Hang on. Let's go check this out. All right, let's go check out this master. Nice long shower. And it has like this, his side of the closet, her side of the closet. And then I like the way they do this. They have the laundry room off the closet, which I've been seeing. That is another feature I've been seeing more and more of. And I think that is a really neat concept. That's only half the size, half the side of the house up here. Got a whole nother side this away. So this is going to be a good sell. Then it's not their most popular model, actually. I'll tell you more about their most popular model. It's a similar size house. But anyways, I mentioned the pool. The other thing about this community is, and I'll tell you more about that in a minute, is the amenities are going to be killer here. Compared to the other Mattamy communities in tradition, there's going to be a lot more to the amenities here than the other communities. It's a higher end community. The prices in general are going to be somewhere in the anywhere from like 500,000 up to $1 million. So far, their high sale is 1.1 million. So you can obviously go over $1 million. But the sweet spot is going to be somewhere in between there. There's a lot of 6s and 7s and 8s. That's like the sweet spot here in this community. But in general, this is a higher end community when it comes to Port St. Lucie, Florida. I was going to end the Palacio there, but I saw the outside. I'm like, I got to show this. I got the alarm thing going here. Thankfully, it didn't go off. I've been guilty of setting off alarms many a time. The good news is we have impact windows here in Florida. These windows are built solid. They're meant to withstand a very strong storm here in Florida. So that's why they have impact windows. So my point with mentioning that is that I've had alarms go off, and I'll go outside the house like I am now, and you won't hear the darn thing because not only there's a window, it protects from storm. It also is very good for energy efficiency. It's also good for keeping the noise out. So if you have like right in there, there's some kind of construction going on. If you're in the house, no way in the world you can hear it. So here, this is why I had to come out here. Look at this pool. This is gorgeous. And then it goes right over, it overlooks the nice lake. And look at this, check this thing out. You can play chess in your backyard. So I got to tell you a little bit about tradition itself. Tradition is it's a section within Port St. Lucie. There's often been people talking about incorporating it on its own. One day my guess is one day they probably will. Well, look at this. We're at the end of Model Row, and there's a nice cul-de-sac here. But going back to tradition, so They have Tradition Square, which is sort of like in Abacoa. In Palm Beach, there's an area I was discussing this with the builder today. That's about the closest community that you can get to that, like an outdoor shopping area. It's a nice area. All the Mattamy communities have something that's called a TIM. It's basically a transportation where you hop on the bus, and it picks up the Mattamy, all the builder communities, and it goes into Tradition Square. So you don't even have to like drive yourself. You can just take the bus in to go to dinner and then come right back the same way, which is sort of nice. The other thing they do is they have a path, which is they have a path that there's like two lanes. One is for walkers and one's for golf carts. This is a very golf cart friendly community. You can actually take your golf cart from your house into Tradition Square, which I think is awful nice. So there's just a lot of character to this community. So stick around. We're going to go into the clubhouse. The clubhouse is being built, but into the amenity centers. The amenities here are going to be amazing. Relative to their other Mattamy communities, they're a lot more elaborate here, even than like across the way in Cadence, literally right across the street almost. The amenity center here is going to be a lot more involved, so stick around for that. There's a lot, and we're going to talk about the numbers too. So stick around. We got a lot more to tell you about here in Seville, in Port St. Lucie, Florida. See, here we have the most popular home here at Seville in Port St. Lucie. It's not the biggest, it's one of the biggest. It's on the widest lot. What's surprising is they have 6 models that they show from here. They have more floor plans than that, but they have only 6 models they show from here. This is the only model they show that's on the 75-foot width lot. I mean, you can tell it's on a bigger lot. Take a look at this. It just feels wider. Let's take a look at the garage area here. So you have a 2 and a 1 again here. So you got a two car front load garage. You got a 1-car golf cart side load garage. The house is positioned on a corner, which makes it look nice. Don't cheap out on the land. When you buying a to be built and you get to pick your land, a lot of people are very price conscious when it comes to land. Let us help you in that regard. We can give you some guidance on that. The people who are very price sensitive, sometimes they shoot themselves in the foot, in my opinion, because land does not depreciate. You're gonna have, for years to come, that's going to be on that land. It's not going to go away. So I think the lot prices here are very, very affordable compared to some other communities. So if you're buying this community especially, let us help you with that, because I think that's a mistake just to pick whatever's the cheapest, because there's could be a lot of benefit to a better lot here. So let's go see. Here's the encore. So now we're looking at 5-bedroom, 3.5 bath. I mentioned 3-car garage at 3,457 square feet. Again, double entrance. Not much of a porch, but I was already in there. It looks pretty special. Yeah, so this house, when I was speaking to the builder, you figure out why it's a special house. This is a really big house that's not a 2-story. This is a really large ranch or single-story home. You can just feel it. From here, starting from the front door, let me show you let me recap this. Front door, and now we're going to the back. It's a deep house. Compared to the others, it's definitely a deeper house. It's also fairly wide, too. It's really nice. And look at the kitchen. That is a super long kitchen countertop. The whole kitchen is long in and of itself. They've got this mudroom concept. So you northerners know about this. This is like a little mud area. Check this out. So you come in from the garage here. Actually, the garage is open. Oh, look at this, and this is cool. This is a, I got to turn this around to show you this. Although the garage appears like it's separate, they're really not. They're, as you can see, this is the one-car golf cart garage here, a little bit of storage area here. So this is there's a lot of garage area. And then you got this huge two-car garage here. The more I see this house, the more I like it. The mud area I was telling you about. This is your mud area. It's got the pantry. So we're recapping here. Here's the kitchen. Your pantry. It's got the pantry with the clear door. If you are a messy person, do not get this feature. And then right off here also is the laundry room. It's not huge. It's decent size, but it's not huge. But the characteristic of it is that it's long. So that's nice. Let's go see what the rest of this the only part of the house here. Let's go see what the rest of this house looks like. I like this Jack and Jill. So you don't get a lot of Jack and Jills on the first floor. Well, there is only one floor, but you don't get in a ranch like this. You don't really see this too often. So you walk in near the kitchen. You have the one bedroom. You have your quick little bathroom thing going here. And then you have the second. Now, I will say the bedrooms here, these two bedrooms are not the biggest in the world. Because here living in Palm Beach, Florida, we like to discuss the pros and cons. I love the concept, but I wish the bedrooms were a little bit bigger. We're heading over to the other side of the house. It looks like here the master is going to be over there in the back right of the house. Let's go check that out. Nice deep master, overlooking your backyard. If you're on a lake, it'll be overlooking your lake. It's a nice view. Let's face it. And look at the alley here. Look at this. Sort of a long alley here. So my colleague, who we were looking at these houses together, he was telling me how he doesn't like this concept. I could see it's a little bit funky to have the tub outside the shower, immediately outside the shower. I've seen lots of them now where the tub is inside the shower, which is a little bit weird, but they're doing it. This has got the closet inside by the bathroom, but not just that. They have more than one. It's not just one closet off the bathroom. They've got two. This is obviously the hers, because as you know, guys, the hers is always a little bit bigger. So I'm going to look at the other side of this house. I love the way they do this. That is nice. This platform, I'm got to think that's an upgrade here. But it's a nice little sun area. It's like another little room. I know why this is the most popular house, most popular motto. I could see it. Not just that. Look at this. You have turn this around. So you have that little platform going there, and it goes right outside. So you got two ways to go outside. Let's go out through here, because I love this. Looks like it's going to be a nice outdoor. This is paradise here in South Florida. So here, I love this. This is the nicest yard in this community. Here we have a nice little putting green on the side of the house. They put this home on a nice enough lot to do this. You probably can't do a concept like this without it. By the way, these are Calusas. You guys who are up, we do a lot of relocations, as you guys know. You owe it to yourself. If you're looking to move to Palm Beach or South Florida anywheres, you owe it to yourself to book that call, that Zoom call with us. We can give you insights on lots of stuff. This is a popular hedge that people are using. You Northerners don't know much about it until you move down here. This is a popular hedge that people use to for privacy. It grows really fast, and it grows tall. You cut it, you trim it up, and it grows really thick. This is a bird of paradise. These are birds of paradise. They make this flower. It looks like a bird. That's why they call them birds of paradise. I've got a big one in my front. I love it. It's my favorite plant in Florida. And then you have here. Look at this nice back. That's the back of the water feature. This is not like a big pool. This is like a dipping pool. This is not like you're gonna do a lap pool in this. It'll take you about 0.5 seconds to get to do a lap in this pool. But this is more like a water feature. It does have stairs. If you put a heater on that, that'll be super nice. I put a heater in my pool. Here in Florida, we can use our pools all year long, which is really nice. We don't close our pools down like you guys do up north. And if you have a heater, you can use it in January. Here it is January right now, and it's like 75 degrees now. It started out 50, now it's 75. It's a typical winter day in Florida. I love the fire pit feature. That's something we do get some cold days like a week ago, we were down at night. We were down in the upper 40s, so we do get that. What I like about this, by the way, standard is not going to be this. These are not standard features. These are upgrades. Work with the builder on some of this stuff, and work with us. We'll guide you with this, but normally you go up to here, like right where the house ends. That would be like strictly pavers normally. And you could do so much stuff with your outdoors. My family and I, we just redid our backyard. Because it's so nice here, you could just do stuff all year long. And I feel like, if you owe it to yourself, you live in Florida, give yourself a great backyard. By the way, I didn't tell you about the price of this house. This is, like I said, it's the biggest one-story. This is the biggest one-story house you'll see really in Florida. This house, all in, land and upgrades, and the one that they have, the spec house they have, is $965,000. So this is the upper end if you're buying a home here in Seville of Port St. Lucie, Florida. So a couple other points I want to make. There's one house right now, which might be gone by the time this video airs, that's actually being sold with furniture. Again, we know where all the incentives are with these builders, and we scope these things out. We are their first call, any of these builders, because they know that we know where to place these things. That's going to be your best bet here. They have a model here that is fully furnished, that they're looking to move because it's immediate delivery. If you're interested, reach out. We'll tell you a little bit about it. But I wanted to mention some of their competitors. So all the Madame are sort of their competitor, but they don't mind competing with themselves. Because if you can't afford Seville and you want to go to maybe something else, like a Kenley or something like that, that's still the same builder. So they have some similar models. Seville is the highest. If you look outside the Madame family here in Port St. Lucie, one of the probably the number one community that they compete with is PGA Verano. PGA Verano, I've done a lot of business in there. Most of the buyers I find that are in there are golfers because it's right adjacent to the golf course. This is not adjacent to the golf course. This is probably more for the occasional golfer. But those are some of the communities. And when you may book that call with us and we talk about the different communities, we'll let you know based upon what you tell us, what communities you should be considering based upon what makes sense for you and your family. So one of the questions we get often asked a lot of is on the lots, and I wanted to show you the lot here because what's standard and what's not standard. This down here, look at the patio. As you can see, it's extended out here. This is like if you buy your house, this is not going to be a standard a standard lot. Also, the depth, as I mentioned, as I mentioned earlier, the depth is pretty standard here in this community. The differences are going to be in the widths. They have like 3 different collections, and you're gonna have 50-foot width collection. You have a 65 width collection, and you have a 75 width collection. So one of the things you should know is when you're picking your model of your house, you're gonna once you get the model, then you can pick the lot. You're not allowed to put a small home on a big lot. They do them accordingly. 50-foot lots are on 50-foot homes. That's how they sort of do it. Now, feedback I have from the builder here is that they have a lot of different anatomy communities. The smaller width lots actually sell less than the bigger ones, believe it or not, because it competes with one of the other communities across the street called Cadence. I think I found that fairly interesting. They have sold lots in this community for $0. So just to give you a pricing on the lots, if you're buying to be built homes, they have them in $0. But today it's $10,000, and they go up to $65,000 today. That all changes. Use us as guidance. We can help you to give you an idea as to what's a good price lot. People in general like to be on the lake like we are here, while people don't like it, but in general, they're priced higher. So let us guide you. They had one lot, he was telling me, the builder this morning was telling me they have a lot that went over $100,000. Today, they don't have that lot, but as they release and manage their lots, they will open new ones up, and there's a good chance that they will have that price. They will have a lot that's special again. But also in general, it's good to get in early, because if you're in early, usually they start raising the lot prices, and the earlier you're in, the better deal you're going to get when it comes to buying a lot here, whether it's in Port St. Lucie or really any new construction community in South Florida. So here we are at the amenity center in Seville, and it's beautiful. This is going to be one of the nicest amenity centers in all of Port St. Lucie. I'll go over what they have here. 7,000 square feet beach entry resort style pool. That's that. The other side is like a beach entry. If you have kids, young toddlers who are unsure about swimming, that's a great way to do it. If you're a person that has bad knees, that's a great way to do it. They have pool shaded cabanas. There's some, maybe not here, the clubhouse isn't even built yet. So you're in the early stages of this community. The pool is built, obviously, but a lot of this stuff is still not here. World Pool Spa, multi-purpose courts. Believe it or not, they don't have tennis courts here. They only have 2 pickleball courts. So that's the rage here. I know it's the rage around the country. It's especially the rage here in Florida. They have walking trails. This is a pretty rural area in general. It's building out, but there's lots of great walking trails in the area. They have grilling areas. By the way, I mentioned it before, maybe there's a great park that's really close. You can practically walk. So if you're into you're looking for a park to play sports and stuff like that, baseball and whatnot, you have it here. There's a putting green. There's an adventure park. There's an adventure playground. There's a tot lot over there. There's a dog park. So when it comes to amenities, this is going to be one of the most elaborate community here in the area. And this is going to be done later this year, so keep an eye out. Maybe I'll make an announcement when that is. Keep an eye on Living in Palm Beach Facebook page. I make announcements there all the time. But later this year in 2025, you will see an elaborate clubhouse here in Seville in Port St. Lucie, Florida. One of the other things about this community is that, a couple of things, is they're going to have a lifestyle director. That's not normally something you get in an all-age community. That's normally meant for 55-plus communities. That means there's going to be a lot of activities. If you're moving here from the north and you don't know any people, that's a great way to get to know people. In general, that's a great way to get people to feel relaxed, because everyone's brand new. That is pretty common when it comes to these communities. They're building a fitness center here as well. I forgot to mention that before. They're going to have cardio machines. They're going to have group fitness studios. They'll do classes. The activity director is going to keep it really busy. So if you want elaborate things to do in an all-age community, Seville is a community I would definitely consider. So let me review some of the numbers. So these are important things to know. We're in the area of tradition here in Port St. Lucie, and because of that, there's a master association with that. Everyone in tradition, not just Seville, pays it. It's approximately $200 a month. Your HOA within Seville depends on the size of the house. It's going to be, or more than that. It's the collection. There's three collections. One of them is at $310, and the highest one is $340. You add those together, your highest is going to be about approximately $550 a month. There is a CDD here. So I mentioned most communities, most new construction communities have CDDs. Sometimes the builders don't tell you about this stuff. We help people, enlighten people what the true cost is. We'll help guide you. If this is not the right community for you, we'll guide you as to what might be. If there are existing homes for sale, we're going to let you know about them. But the what do you call it? The CDD fee is anywhere from $1,400 to $1,900. So it's a little bit under 2,000 square feet, $2,000, I should say. That is in your taxes. That's a yearly payment. That's once a year, and it's in your taxes. In general, that's another big important question when it comes to numbers. What can I expect in taxes? If you add everything in, it's going to probably be about 2%. One of the builders I was meeting with today, he's from New Jersey. They pay like 3% up there. My experience is moving here from New York, the taxes in Florida are a little bit lower, but they're not a ton lower. But here's the big benefit. We have no state income tax. So that's one of the benefits when living here in Florida and South Florida as a whole. But those are the numbers when it comes to living in Seville and living in all of South Florida. So I want to mention this. This is a question we get a lot. Schools. They are building 2 schools here in this community. One is going to be elementary. One is going to be high school. It's going to be for everybody here. When you're in a brand new community, they sort of do that thing. So if school's an important question. Now, I'm a father. I moved here from New York 18 years ago, and we had 2 kids, now 3. We've been through the whole gamut when it comes to schools. If you have questions about the schools in Florida, reach out, because I didn't know. I wish I had someone to reach out when I was moving down here, but we'll help guide you. But they have 2 brand new schools coming in here in the community of Seville in Port St. Lucie, Florida. Palm Beach, Port St. Lucie, paradise here in South Florida.